All right, ready to go deeper into Harry Potter.
Always.
Today we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of the Chamber of Secrets,
Awesome.
uncovering those hidden gems. You know, those details that make you see the whole story differently.
It's amazing what you miss, even when you think, oh, I know this book backwards and forwards.
Right.
You start digging a little bit, and there's like a whole other layer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's Harry's birthday, right? He's stuck at the Dursleys,
Of course, yeah.
dreading another summer there, missing Hogwarts like crazy.
The worst.
And then, bam! Dobby the house elf shows up,
Talk about an entrance.
out of nowhere, determined to stop Harry from going back to Hogwarts. Floating pudding? Anyone? Poor Dursleys, almost.
See, what's interesting about that whole scene isn't just Dobby's, flair for the dramatic.
Right.
It's about house elf magic itself, right? It's tied to those families, to their history.
Yeah.
Generations of loyalty, powerful magic, all wrapped up in this little creature.
It makes you wonder what you would risk to protect someone.
Yeah. Absolutely. Dobby's willing to risk everything.
But, okay, back to those warnings for a sec.
Yeah.
A giant snake
Yeah?
living in the walls of Hogwarts.
Hidden in the plumbing.
Come on, seriously.
Sounds crazy, right? But that's how Rowling gets you.
Oh, yeah.
Those warnings, they plant this seed of doubt. Suddenly you're questioning everything. It's brilliant.
For sure. And just when Harry thinks things can't get worse,
Trapped with the Dursleys.
the Weasleys to the rescue,
Mm.
in a flying car, no less.
Oh, Weasley family, they're just amazing, aren't they?
They're best.
It's chaos, but it's this warm, loving chaos. Like, the flying car, that's just the tip of the iceberg with them.
Right.
You totally get why Harry feels so drawn to them.
Totally. They're everything the Dursleys aren't.
Exactly.
Okay, but once they get to Hogwarts,
Yeah.
the vibe is totally different. Students are being petrified.
It's creepy.
There are messages on the wall,
Threatening messages.
whispers about the Chamber of Secrets, like something out of a horror movie.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Because Rowling starts connecting the school's history, with the mystery itself.
What do you mean?
We find out this chamber, it was built by Salazar Slytherin.
One of the founders of Hogwarts.
Exactly. And Slytherin, he had this thing about blood purity.
Oh, right.
We believed that only pure-blood wizards should be allowed in Hogwarts.
That's messed up.
And that prejudice, it's like this dark cloud hanging over everything.
It's kind of scary how relevant that is, even in a magical school.
Totally.
All that suspicion and fear, it's a reminder of how easily people can turn on each other.
Exactly. It preys on people's fears, their insecurities. And that brings us to Hagrid.
Ah, Hagrid. Wrongly accused of opening the chamber 50 years ago.
It's heartbreaking, really.
Poor Hagrid.
Because here's a guy who loves creatures, right?
Yeah, all creatures, big and small.
Exactly, but he gets judged instantly because of how he looks, because of his love for the unusual.
It's awful, and everyone just believes that diary entry. You know, the one by Tom Riddle?
It's amazing how powerful a single piece of writing can be.
Right. They just assume it's true because it confirms their fears about Hagrid.
And what's interesting is, we're experiencing the story through Harry's eyes. We know Hagrid. We see his good heart.
That's so true. It makes you realize how many perspectives we're missing, right?
Absolutely. And it's not just Hagrid who faces that kind of judgment. Remember the dueling club?
Oh, right. When Harry speaks Parseltongue for the first time,
And everyone freaks out.
everyone loses their minds.
Because Parseltongue, the ability to talk to snakes, it's directly connected to Slytherin.
And since he's the bad guy.
People make that connection with Harry. But here's the thing most people miss. Parseltongue itself isn't evil.
Oh, interesting.
It's just a rare ability, and unfortunately, it's been used by a lot of dark wizards for control, for intimidation.
So Harry gets labeled as the next heir of Slytherin just because he can talk to snakes.
Pretty much. It shows how quickly people jump to conclusions, how easily fear can twist their perceptions.
It's a good thing he has Ron and Hermione. They never doubt him, not for a second.
Their friendship is everything in that moment. It shows the power of loyalty, of believing in someone even when everyone else doubts them.
Okay, but speaking of creepy and unsettling,
Yeah.
that diary, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just some old journal.
No.
It was like this vessel.
Yeah.
Tom Riddle's personality was literally inside.
Exactly. And this is where Rowling introduces this whole concept of objects holding memories, acting as conduits for magic.
That's kind of terrifying when you think about it.
Right. It's like a piece of Riddle's soul is imprinted on those pages.
And Harry has no idea. He's basically giving Riddle a way to come back, to influence events.
And that ties into Voldemort's obsession with immortality. The diary, as we find out, is a Horcrux.
It's a way for him to cheat death, to live on even if his body is gone.
Exactly. That diary is a window into Voldemort's past, his ambitions, his descent into darkness.
It's disturbing, really.
Yeah.
And to think he would entrust something that powerful to someone else.
It's a lot about his character, doesn't it?
Chilling, for sure. But then, just like that, the Chamber of Secrets is revealed. Ginny's trapped inside, and we're left with this massive cliffhanger.
Talk about leaving you wanting more. And the tension just keeps building, doesn't it? You're racing to save Ginny. The clock's ticking.
You can't put the book down. What's going to happen?
Exactly. And the chamber itself, that's not just a location.
Right.
It's like this dark reflection of Hogwarts, you know?
Ooh, I like that.
Hidden secrets, dark magic, it's all there.
It's like descending into the unknown, like Harry's facing his fears head on.
And he's not alone, right? Don't forget Fawkes.
Fawkes, Dumbledore's Phoenix.
Yeah. He's there with Harry in the chamber. His tears, they actually heal Harry.
He's a symbol of hope, isn't he? Like,
Mhm.
even in the darkest times, there's always a chance for rebirth, for renewal.
Exactly. And the Sorting Hat provides the sword. Like, it senses Harry's courage, his connection to his parents' legacy.
It's amazing how it all connects. But of course, we have to talk about the confrontation with Tom Riddle.
Oh boy, Voldemort's younger self.
He's almost more terrifying, in a way, because you see how charming he is.
Right.
That charisma, that ambition, it's all twisted.
It makes you think about those sliding doors moments, doesn't it?
Totally.
Like, what if Harry had made different choices? Could he have ended up like Riddle?
That's kind of scary to think about. But that's the thing, right? Harry chooses love, he chooses friendship, he chooses to fight for what's right. Riddle just wants power, no matter the cost.
And the battle with the basilisk, it's more than just a fight, you know? It's about Harry choosing his own path, facing those fears head on.
And using the basilisk fang to destroy the diary.
Mm-hmm.
So smart. It destroys Riddle and that whole allure of power.
It makes you wonder, what if he hadn't destroyed it?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Could Harry have been tempted? Would that power have changed him?
Big questions for sure.
But in the end, good triumphs, right? Ginny's safe, Hagrid's cleared of all charges, Lucius Malfoy is exposed, and Dobby, he gets his freedom.
It's so satisfying.
Right, and the way Dobby is freed, it's just brilliant.
That sock in the diary.
It plays on the rules of House Elf magic in such a clever way.
And Lucius Malfoy totally had it coming. But even with all that, there's this sense of, like, uneasiness.
Oh yeah, because Voldemort's still out there?
He's not gone for good.
Yeah.
The danger is still lurking.
Exactly. It makes you realize this was just one battle, one victory. The war is far from over. Speaking of which, how do you think this whole experience with the chamber changes Harry?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, he's literally faced death, battled a giant snake. He's not the same scared kid who arrived at Hogwarts anymore.
Right. He's grown, he's stronger, but now he carries this weight. He knows what Voldemort is capable of.
It makes you wonder about the whole memory thing, right?
What do you mean?
Well, that diary was so powerful because it was full of Riddle's memories, his experiences.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Like, how much do our own memories shape who we become?
That's a great question. The diary wasn't just some object. It was like this echo of Riddle's past. His ambitions, his darkest thoughts. It was all right there.
Exactly. It's like he poured a part of himself into those pages.
Yeah.
But it makes you think, what if we could go back and change our memories? Or what if someone could change them for us?
It's a scary thought. Our memories make us who we are, right?
Right. And if you start messing with them, do you change the person?
It makes you question everything about identity. Are we just the sum of our experiences?
It's a bit mind-blowing when you really think about it. And the fact that Rowling can weave those kinds of questions into a story about a boy wizard, that's impressive.
She's not afraid to tackle the big ideas, is she?
Not at all. It's why these books resonate with so many people, even years later.
They make you think, they make you feel, they stay with you long after you've finished reading.
Exactly. And I think that's a good place to wrap up our deep dive into the Chamber of Secrets.
I agree. It's been quite a journey.
It has. It reminds me why I love getting lost in these stories.
Me too. And you know, even in a world with magic and talking hats, it's the human connections that really stick with you. So true. The choices we make, the people we surround ourselves with, that's what matters.
Well said.
And as Dumbledore always says, it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. So keep exploring those stories, keep asking those tough questions, and most importantly, keep those memories close. Until next time on The Deep Dive.